Hey guys, it's Megan, and today in my kitchen we're going to be baking some chocolate chip cookies, and I'm going to be showing the recipe for these cookies for a young little boy by the name of Noah Berrios. He is my friend's son, and he's the cutest little thing, and he's very interested in baking. So what we'll do today, first I will introduce measuring cups and spoons, because not every child knows how to use them or what they are. I remember when my son started baking, and I said, you know, put a cup of this and a cup of that, and he's like, what's a cup? So we are going to go through the importance of measuring cups and spoons, the difference between big bowls, small bowls, and which you should use and why. And then we're going to get into my disappearing chocolate chip cookie recipe, which I will leave in the description box below so that little Noah can write it down. Okay? Go! Okay, so for baking, it's very, very, very important that you separate the wet from the dry ingredients. Here I have a bowl for my flour, my salt, and all my dry ingredients, and a bowl for my butter and my eggs and my vanilla, all the wet ingredients. And after I'm done mixing the wet, I will combine the wet with the dry. The bowl doesn't necessarily have to be this big. These are just the bowls that I have. And when I mix in this bowl, it tends to fly all over the place. So I get a medium size and a large size. Here are some measuring spoons. Okay, they come a quarter teaspoon, half a teaspoon, 1 teaspoon, and a tablespoon. Okay, and here are measuring cups, and they come the same way: a quarter cup, a half a cup, a quarter cup, a third of a cup, a half a cup, and a whole cup. Okay, we're going to be using those. We're going to be using a mixer, or you can just use a hand whisk. I have one of those as well. When I'm in a rush and I don't feel like pulling out the mixer, I use a hand whisk. Here it is. I use a hand whisk. And 2 sheet pans. These sheet pans are for baking the cookies in the oven. And your oven should be preheating at 350 to 375. On my stove, I can press the bake button, put it at 350, and press the bake button again, and it's preheating. Okay, so here we go, and we are going to go over the ingredients now. Okay, so here we are. Here, which I will put in the small bowl, I have a cup of melted butter, which equates to 2 sticks of butter. Don't worry that it's still clumped up at the bottom. It's soft, should be soft. I have 2 eggs. Put that in there. A cup of brown sugar, packed, which means you're going to fill with brown sugar and you're going to push it down until it fills the cup. A quarter cup of brown sugar. Do the same. Do not do the same with the white sugar. I have here 1/4 cup of just granulated sugar. Don't pack it down. And in this little cup here, looks like soy sauce, I have vanilla, maple syrup, and molasses. Okay, so let's see if it's recording. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to use my mixer on medium speed, and I'm going to hold the bowl and mix the wet ingredients. I've raised the volume a bit. I've raised the speed just a little bit. I'm going to go around. I'm going to turn my bowl. until it's whipped and light in color, which means that all the ingredients have been combined well and they are ready to be put into the dry ingredients bowl. There we go. Some people mix the dry into the wet. I just dump it all in there. And to this mixture, now that it is well combined, here is the wet ingredients. And now here are the dry ingredients. And in this bowl, I have the flour, the cocoa powder, the baking soda, the baking powder, the salt, and the cornstarch. And what I'm going to do with that is I'm just going to combine them all until I can see that a little bit of the cocoa powder is distributed throughout. Okay. Now here in this cup, in this bowl, I have half a cup of flour reserved because I may or may not need it depending on the weather in my home, right? If it's too humid, you may need less flour. If it's too dry, you may need more flour. And that's the case with basically everything you bake. With me, it's more of a feel. If I feel the dough's too stiff, it isn't going to expand correctly on the sheet. If I feel the mix is too wet, then it'll just drip right off the sheet. It's all trial and error. Okay, so that's well combined. Can you see that? Yes. And in there, I am going to add the wet ingredients. Okay. So you'll need someone to help you with this. You want to scrape all that goodness out of the bowl, because of course that's sugary, buttery, sweet sugar, butter, sugar. Okay. And then you're just going to combine until at least the flour doesn't come shooting at you when you use the whisk, right? So you're going to need a spatula or a wooden spoon. Okay. It's looking good to me. So I'm going to bring the mixer back on low and I'm going to combine these ingredients here. And I'm going to go around the bowl again like I did before. And I'm going to raise the power on the machine a little. And it's looking good to me. Because I like the way it's forming in the bowl and on my whisk, I won't be adding any more flour. Okay. What I will be adding in is my chocolate chips. Yay, finally time for the chocolate chips. And I'm going to show you a more convenient way of putting this in the bowl. I mean on the sheet. I like to pipe my cookies because it's easier than using a cookie scoop or trying to make them all the same. You know, I am going to add just a little bit I can add a little bit more flour at this point, just maybe 1/4 of a cup. We're going to mix it in there. Okay. And mostly it's so that the chocolate chips don't sink to the bottom of the cookie. Okay. Okay, and that's 1 cup. I'm going to put 1½ cups of chocolate chips, and I'm going to leave a couple chocolate chips in the cup so that I can decorate the top of the cookies. Okay, so there we go. Everything is well combined. The cookies are ready. I'm going to go get my sheet pan and my piping bag, and we're going to see how I pipe these. Here I have a mason jar. I think it's like 1.5 cup. It's just to hold my piping bag in it so that it's nice and steady. Here I have a piping bag. It's usually for frosting, but I use it for this because I don't like when my cookies are not all the same size, or when my cookies are not, when some are thicker than others. And I'm gonna grab a spoon here, pour this off the spatula, and with this spoon I'm gonna just start grabbing the dough and putting it in the piping bag. I don't have a hole in the piping bag yet because I will make the hole at the end, because I want to know how thick or thin I want to make my cookies. There we go. And just keep lifting the piping bag and scraping off the dough. This will probably make around 32 cookies, I want to say. 24 to 32 cookies. And if you can get all the cookies on the sheet before everybody eats them, then you're lucky. Okay. And I'm just going to keep scraping here. And that is all the cookie dough. Okay. Now we are going to lift this bag. Tap it down as far as we can get it. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. We are going to grab a can of spray and a scissor. I'm going to spray my sheet pan, and I'm going to twist my bag on top and cut a hole in it. The hole is determined by how big or small you want your cookies. I'm going to dab a few cookies on this pan, and I'm going to space them just a little far apart because they will spread. Okay. And I give a gentle squeeze until I feel like all the cookies are the same size. And there you go. I'm going to move some of these over a bit. Smush them down just a little bit. Okay. And now I'm going to put them in the oven. And we are going to set the timer for 10 minutes. And we will wait. And when that timer goes off, we will check on the cookies. And here you go. Here are your cookies. And what I like to do is I like to add a nice little chocolate chip or two to each cookie so that they can look nice. And people can actually see that they're chocolate chip cookies. As they start to cool down, they will suck up all these nice little chocolate chips and they will look awesome. If you have any questions, you can post it on the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please like. If you know someone else who would like to learn, give them my video channel and have them subscribe. Share the videos. Thank you. Bye, Noah.